Okay, folks. Wow. Long time no see. We're back, and hopefully we haven't lost all of you all. We're back on Artist Review. As you know, we had the miracles of technology can also be the curse of communication. But we think we have it resolved. We have our artists sitting and waiting patiently to come right on. So we're not going to waste too much time, but we want to go ahead and probably bring her on and introduce you. She is a local New Orleans artist. And remember, we have a lot more access because of being local to get artists. But we want them from around, just like we do restaurants and chefs. We want people from artists from around the world and around the USA. Please contact me, email bob@allreview.net or on Facebook Messenger. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead now. Let's see if we can bring up, and we want to introduce, there she is, and all her lovely self, Miss Paula Turner Tregre. Welcome to the show, Paula.
Hey, Bob. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Everything is loud and clear and beautiful. So I do
Good.
apologize for earlier on, but again, I'm not a technician and I don't know what went wrong. But right now you're great. So let's hopefully we can
Good.
get through the whole program and people can see your whole repertoire that you're bringing. I think about 20 pieces is what we usually ask for. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. I said you were a local artist. That doesn't mean you're a native, but tell us
Right.
a little bit about your background personally and then how you got into painting.
Okay. Well, Paula Treg here, and I actually live on the North Shore in
North
Mandeville.
Shore. Oh, Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
People don't know where that is, but we have a big lake, Lake Pontchartrain, that separates where I live on the what we call the South Shore by 24 miles. Not that far, but it's a big body of water. But go ahead.
So I was born and raised in Morgan City, Louisiana, and
Okay.
so
That's
I'm
all.
kind of a native.
Kind of, yeah,
And
it's a little further out toward the Gulf. Very big fishing, shrimping. Our seafood industry is, some top notch and one of the top things that we do besides oil production, and of course, tourism being number one. So seafood is what makes our restaurants tick because we have so much access and so many other poor states in the union just uh, don't have that ability to present without getting it frozen or shipped. Uh-oh. There we go. I thought we lost her.
okay,
Okay.
are we there?
Yes, we're back. All right. So go ahead. What
I
else?
can't hear you.
But then this is the problem. Here we go. If you can't hear me, what we can do? Maybe I can improvise and call you.
Something may
Uh,
have went wrong. I
uh,
can't hear you, Bob.
I understand. Be patient. Be patient. Uh, oh, folks, I thought we had it gone. And, uh, let's see. Did you give me a call? Oh, you can't hear me, so that's right. Stupid. No. Uh, all right. I'm trying to see if I can do a phone number and let me. I'm going to ask her her phone number and we'll see if she can hear me if I be live on the phone. Check your text. Text. Check your phone. Oh, she went off again. Bear with us, folks. This will be our last chance. We won't bore you too much. I see we lost our folks. Okay. Yes, I was going to suggest that you use the phone for you to hear me. But my problem is now you're black on the screen. So you were using the phone to broadcast? Oh, okay. Well, then we probably can do, all we can do one of two things, either just show a black screen and I talk to you through here and you describe the paintings. But I was, oh, there you are. Okay, so you can hear me?
can hear you. I'll put you on speakerphone.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay, folks, well, we're back on. This is technology, probably hybrid technology, where we're using a combination of telephone because of a audio situation, which is, and I don't want to tell you why, because those owners of those devices will be upset. But anyway, so we're going to continue from here. So go ahead and tell us a little bit more how you got interested in painting.
Okay, so at an early age, around 5, my kindergarten told my teacher, told my mom, you need to put her in art lessons. And so she did. My mom took her advice, and I was very creative at an early age.
Good.
And so my first formal art lessons was around age 5 or 6. And I began, that's when I learned like the basics of color, shading, scale, and highlighting, and things like that. And I've always, incorporated that throughout my, school. And then around 4th grade, I took some full card lessons, painting lessons, and that's when I began to learn the techniques of the different brushes and the different types of paints, mediums. And then I carried that all even into college. So ever since college, I've been sort of self-trained. And you could say I painted my way through college.
There you go.
On little lap trays for kids and individualize them. And so I then graduated and an elementary teacher. Well, I just retired, 25 years teaching.
Congratulations.
And I put my creativity to work in the classroom. And then sort of started doing art on the side. I just enjoyed it, and it just kind of blossomed and became sort of like a side hustle while I was teaching. But now that I'm retired, I do this full time, and it really doesn't seem like work at all. I really enjoy it. Excellent.
Okay, why don't we tell, for people who heard the opening of the first part of our show, we are now scrolling the contact information for you. So why don't you give it that, and then after that, we'll start taking a look at these beautiful pictures. So give us both. I think you have Instagram first and then Facebook after. So tell us those two. What is your Instagram contact information?
My Instagram info is the @ and then Paula's Blue Love Art Gallery.
And it's apostrophe S or just no apostrophe in there?
No apostrophe.
So Paula's Love Art Gallery, one word with the @ sign in front of it, right?
Paula's Blue Love Art
Gallery. Right, that's what. All right, now let's do Facebook.
And then Facebook is just the same. It's Paula's apostrophe S, Paula's Blue Love Art Gallery.
Yeah, this one includes the apostrophe. I wish you'd have left that out because it's a lot easier for people typing to just have. But usually, if they start Paula's, they can probably find it without getting the whole thing written out. Anyway, we will post these throughout the show, and then when we come back at the end, she'll repeat them for us in case you can't read, like myself, the small print that's going across the front of it.
Okay.
All right, now let's go ahead and start with our first painting. Now, one last question. Do you specialize in any media? Like, is it all canvas, it's all acrylic, or do you go through different stages there?
Well, mostly acrylic.
Okay.
And I do some mixed media painting.
Okay.
And I also work on wood surfaces as well as canvas.
Good. Okay. Well, let's do this way. I assume most are canvas. If it's something other than canvas, tell us what it is. And every once in a while, give us an approximate size, because not all of them are able to be distinguished from the screen. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Now we're going to disappear, but folks are going to hear us. But we're going to go ahead and put the first painting up. 1 second, please. There we go. All right. Beautiful. Tell us about this one, please.
Okay. One was a commission piece for a friend of mine, and it does not have a title, but it's a 16 by 20 on canvas. It's acrylic, and it tells basically the life story of the father and his daughter, and all the things that they love to do together. So I kind of put it all together on one canvas, and I love the bright colors and the abstractness of it all.
Very much so. And I like it. Her symbol, if you saw it in our promos, is a blue heart. Now here we've got the typical reddish type heart, because it's not the blue love that she's talking about in the regular paintings. You'll see later. This is really a paternal daughter sibling kind of situation, whereby it's fraternal love among two wonderful individuals. So I think the idea of putting the regular heart rather than the blue heart was whether it was intentional or not, is a tremendous advantage. So I really like it. So there you go. That's our first one. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at another one. So let's bear with us, and I'll be right to the. All right, here we go. And again, another super colorful one. Tell us about this.
Okay, Bob. I'm actually seeing the same painting. Is there a different one?
Yes, I don't know why you're not seeing. The second one is showing. If you followed, I asked you to keep your order, because it's on your phone now, we're going to not be able to do this. In other words, that's why it's good to have them handy. I don't know why you're not seeing the second painting. The other people in the audience are seeing as well as myself.
Yeah, it's not going to a second painting. I'm sorry.
Nothing for you to be sorry. I just don't know. Do you have a listing? Do you have any way that you could check the order of the paintings that you sent to me and then go to the second one? And that way you can look at it and know what you're talking about.
I can try to do that. Let me switch over to Messenger and see if I can find that.
All right. All right, folks, be with us. It's still an arbitrary science here, but we've got a pretty good connection. The beautiful painting. So the videos are great. And since we've been having problem with the audio, I don't know why she's not receiving. She should be able to see all of the pictures just like you all are.
Okay, Bob, is there in the order that I sent you?
Yes, that's what. Okay, the second one.
Okay, so that one was.
It's got like it's got like 3 family members in the center.
Right, and then the 2 dogs. Wow. That first painting you showed, well, that kind of began to be my sort of like signature style.
Okay.
So from that one, I began to do these really, really large family portraits. This is like 40 by 60 on canvas. It's acrylic. And this is for a good friend of mine. And so it's, again, it tells the story of their life and the things that they love, and their camp and their home and their pets and, things like that.
All the things dear to them. Now, let me ask this, because again, my eyes are bad. Is that a frame around it, or is the painting's laying on that surface?
Yeah, it's just outside in my front yard.
Oh, okay. Again, I can't see that. My eyes are bad, but we usually like to keep it on a solid so it's not distracted. Here, because it's framed, it looks like makes a beautiful frame for it, but at the same time, I don't want people to think that the size that you gave is strictly the canvas painting, nothing to do with the things surrounding it. Great. And so, and as people can see after the first one, and this will go on for, I think, the next 2. It'll involve these type of scenarios with this great vibrant acrylics, and I don't know if those are canvas, but I didn't realize, like I said, from looking, it was that large. So that's a great piece for the day. Anything else you want to say about that before we go on to the next?
Well, sometimes when you do see a painting in just a picture, you don't always get the scale of it, and so that's why I put it next to that tree when I photographed it, so people would say, "Oh, that really is big." It was, yeah. So that's about it. So we can go on to the next painting.
All right, hold on one second. All right, and this has got some vibrant blues. Look at this. Wow.
I know. And this one is, I think this one's 48 by 60. This one's another large one. You can see the scale of it next to that tree.
Again, it's another family portrait.
It because it's really a family of 13 if you're counting all the pets.
Wow.
That was the name of this painting. It was called Party of 13.
Oh, cute. And again, it's acrylic. It's acrylic on canvas, right?
It is. And if you notice, around each family member, around their head, circling is sort of a representation of something about that, what they love.
Oh, cool, cool. Well, I really like how you tie. I mean, this is more than the ordinary family portrait, which is always usually very stilted, authentic looking like a photograph. But this is much more of a caricature, much more contemporary for today's family. And then, but yet having very significant elements of each one's life somewhere in the painting or directly associated with the individual. So it's really a cool idea. Congratulations on the concept. Now, anything else on this? Because we'll move on to the next one.
Well, it's just both of these paintings that we just talked about, including this one, they're definitely focal points, and they really brighten up the space.
Great.
And makes me feel good to do something for this family and for the families, and that will always even joy from them when they see it.
Sure. Well, folks, we're talking to Paula Tregre, a local New Orleans artist, and she's giving her signature works with regard to the new look at today's families. I really like it. Let's. If you're ready, you want to go ahead and take the next one?
Yeah, I'm ready. So the next one is another large acrylic canvas painting on it's another 48 by 60.
Right.
A nice little family in that Rtist, and so this kind of also tells the story of their life and things that they enjoy and that they love, and so that's about it.
Yeah. Well, for those who don't know, Baton Rouge is it's a capital of our state, about 80 miles north of us. But regardless of where it's located, it's just a very cute arrangement. I like it's a little more segmented than some of the others, but then with the family concentric in the painting, really neat. Okay, well let's go and do another one because we got to catch up a little bit. We're going to go a little over, and folks, don't worry, we're not going to cut Paula off. We're going to get through her work. Now, I really like this one because I love abstracts, and this one is really typical of an abstract painting.
That's right. This was sort of, for me, more as an intuitive painting, meaning I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to come up with. I just had some music playing in the background that I love. Music helped me. Some of my artists have influenced my music, and so this was an example of that. And so the title of this one is called "The Light."
What was that? The Light or Delight? Okay. Sorry, it's just I got earbuds. I didn't hear it correctly, but I love it. And what I like personally about abstracts, even though some of them just being totally abstract are great, but I really like when some type of geometrical shape or lettering or something's added to it, something definitive. So it's like the hybrid of both the totally unshaped amorphous to something that's well defined. And depending on the placement and location and the coloring, really adds. And this one really, to me, is very striking. So now again, this is on canvas, right?
That's right. And then this was a repurposed canvas, and I like to do that sometimes. I'll go to thrift stores or garage sales, and I'll take old paintings and give them new life. And this was one of those.
Well, I don't know what the earlier one was, but this sure is dynamic. So you did justice by it, by not only recycling it, but also bringing it to, I think, a very vibrant life. Did you mention the approximate size of this one?
It's a 36 by 36.
Okay, great. All right, well, let's move forward if you don't mind. And here we go. Now this to me is not an abstract, so hopefully you won't get offended by me saying that.
Now this has a lot going on, but this abstract was for a friend of mine who was a Jeep enthusiast. And so look all throughout,
Yes.
all the different types of Jeeps.
Oh, cool, cool.
So from the beginning of the Jeeps in maybe 30s or 40s up till now, and even the brown in the painting represents like the mud and going mud riding and the adventures and things that they go on in their Jeeps.
But that's great the way you were able to span the history of the Jeep as opposed to signaling on a particular decade or a particular model. This way, it's all encompassing, so and integrated so well that you don't realize it's multiple different uh, emblems or insignias of the Jeep. So really cool. Now this one looks like it's maybe is this watercolor or still acrylic?
That's an acrylic and it's a 16 by 20.
But it looks like it also is it framed with a black frame, or is that again the misleading?
Some of the sides are painted, but yeah, this one's on frame.
Okay. Oh, but so you. Oh, I see. So you painted the perimeter of the thing black. Is that correct?
Yeah, on the side.
Okay. Now, is there a mat, or is it just on a white canvas? Is white behind the main painting?
Yeah, that's just resting on my easel behind it.
Got it. Got it. And what I know you said the size. What was it? One more time.
16 by 20.
Okay. Excellent. Well, see, folks, you don't have to be totally amorphous. This is like she calls it abstract. It's very authentic, almost photographed. But anyway, that's the artist. The artist is the one who knows best. But hopefully, all you motorcycle enthusiasts would really jump on this. So it'd be a great. Now Father's Day is a little way off, but it might already be sold. But I'm sure she can create one for you for something for Dad's Day. So, all right. Don't forget we're piping in on the ticker tape below the two contact information, both Facebook, Instagram first, and Facebook second. But we'll repeat them verbally at the end of the show. All right, let's move on to the next one and see what we got. 1 second. All right. Oh, back to abstract. Good.
Okay. So, make sure we're on the same page. We're painting.
Oh no, this one didn't look circular. It's got a lot of well, it's got all your colors, but it's using squares or little cubes throughout. In the center, on the bottom left, they kind of reverse the black cubes or white black cubes of white frames. I think they're cubes as opposed to representing a television or something like that. Do you see that?
Are you okay? So
No.
are you talking about the very, very large one on the canvas?
It doesn't. I don't know that there's a huge white backing. What? Do you want me to go ahead and move on to some? I'm sorry.
Is this the one with all the eyeballs on the top?
Eyeballs.
Yeah. Or there's little squares at the bottom.
Okay, I see. Again, remember, I'm the worst one with regard to eyes. But in the center at the bottom, from the mid to the bottom, are little black squares that are framed with a white frame. There's something, and I can't make out what it is at the bottom. Looks like hands or something. I don't know what that is. It's blue. But at the top, there are these white squares with blue centers because it's on a blue background. And then there's some like 4 vertical columns of different heights, lines with black squares on top of it. If you don't see it, we'll move on rather than confuse the audience, okay?
Okay. You're talking about, okay, the bottom is some white squares, you said?
All right. Why don't we move on? Because we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can move on.
Yeah. We don't want to lose the audience again. All right. Now this one, hopefully we're seeing a double print. What do you call it? Not a triptych. That's 3. But anyway, a duet.
A
Diptych. I couldn't remember the title. So are you focusing on that as well? All right. Well, let's go ahead and describe these. Now these are obviously a set. I don't know if they sold it up, but do you sell them only as a set, or do you sell them individually if someone would want one over the other?
This was for a client who wanted a set. She wanted one on each side of her window.
I kind of figured, yes. I kind of figured. It's a great compliment. So tell us about it, though, anyway.
Oh, there's definitely a lot going on.
A good way to put it.
What we both enjoyed about notice something different. And so it makes it kind of, enjoyable. And these are the colors that, she wanted some soothing colors, but then a little bit of warmth with the orange colors in there.
Good, good. Yeah, I think that certainly does soften. Not that the blue is it's a pale blue, almost like a sky blue, so it's soft in its own place. So I think it's a good complement to each other if she wanted soft colors.
Right, and definitely something abstract.
Yeah, we won't debate on that one. Now, what sizes were these? Obviously, they're the same size because they were matching pair. What size were these about?
I think those were that's a while back. I want to say 18, like 24.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, it looks almost square, but anyway, that's close enough. So, folks, that's we're talking to Paula Turner Tregre, and she's showing us some of her great work. We're going to move down on to our next one and let her tell us about that. Now, these next three or four are kind of what I call, even though she might get upset with me, the Louisiana series, as we talked about earlier. They're individual testimonies to the different seafood that we are blessed with having in our very local community. So why don't you tell us, hopefully people recognize what it is, but you ought to tell us more about it, how you got inspired in this little series.
Okay, so the first one you're looking at, I'm assuming is the crab one, right?
No, it's a shrimp. Do you see the shrimp?
It's the what? Oh, the shrimp.
The shrimp.
Okay, so this one was done on watercolor paper and obviously framed, but this one is an 8x10, and I just wanted to do something that does represent our area and of course the seafood industry. And I wanted something like different. This is not your average, picture of a shrimp. It's like my version and my style.
I'm glad you said that because a lot of our artists locally, a lot of our artists do represent that industry, but look either more authentic or more commercial. This is much more fanciful and could be used in anything. So it's the colors that bring it out as opposed to distinguishing it as part of our local seafood. But and you said what was this, please?
8x10.
Okay, very nice. Well, I think it's great. It would be a great addition to any room without screaming at you do all of the shrimp. So I think it's cool. Now let's move on. Like I said, this is going to be a series. I think it's 4 of them, but we'll double check as we go through. Now this is either a crawfish or a lobster. I think it's probably a lobster because it looks so big. What is it, dear?
Well, it's a crawfish.
Good. Well, it's definitely Louisiana then if it's a crawfish. Go ahead.
This is also an 8x10 painted with acrylic on watercolor paper. And again, it's different in my style. I like how I made his eyes kind of popping out and all the bright colors.
Right. Very. And again, they're probably a similar size to the shrimp, right?
Yep. And they're both 8x10s and they're both available, Bob.
Oh, good, good, good. So there you go, folks. Pay attention to that contact information. Now here's another one because this one is cool as well. Now, this is too pretty to be a local catfish. Tell me what this is.
You know what? When I painted that, I wanted to paint something that just wasn't. You don't see a lot of catfish paintings. Oh.
Well, I think it's because the catfish are so ugly. Hello? Oh no, what's happened now? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, folks, what is it here? No. All right, we're waiting to see if she gets back on. I think it's her try. Are you back with us? Paula? This is me, folks. I've got to recall again. This is for some reason. I guess my phone cut off. Paula, hello, hello, Paula.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Got disconnected. It's not one thing; it's another. Okay, so we're back talking about. Let me bring it back up. The catfish, the ugly catfish in real life, and your beautiful representation. The way I believed it was a catfish because of those horrible whiskers. I guess those are cat whiskers out on the front, which are so true to it. I am not a fan of catfish, even though it's just tremendously received locally in the area for especially frying and stuff like that. But you made it into a, I think, a whimsical creature, sea creature that would be grace anyone. What you want to tell us about that catfish?
A lot of people were inquiring about this one. This was a popular one. It is a, let's see, 24 by 24 on canvas. And this one is also available.
Okay, that's a nice size. Yeah, the others are smaller. That's great. Very good. All right. Well, there you go. Watch out, folks. Somebody beat you to the point because a lot of everybody's inquired. But I know she can repeat, if not the identical painting, but something with a little twist to make yours unique as well. If you care to do a custom painting from Paula. So don't forget those contact information. All right. Let's see if we can go on to the next one. And I think now here's your friend the crab. Okay.
Yeah, and I think these would also look great together as a pair or separate. But it is also 24 by 24 square canvas, and again, playful, colorful, bright, and original.
Yeah, and what I find so interesting about crabs in real life are the eyes. I mean, they're just. It looks like these are artificial creatures or alien creatures by having eyes protruding above their shell. I mean, we all used to see claws on most not fish, but on shrimp and the other situations, but lobsters. But certainly the eyes are they seem to be beyond the shell instead of being within the shell like some of the other creatures. So it adds a little humanality, I think, to the crab. I don't know if I'm off base on your situation.
Yeah, he looks kind of friendly.
And what size would this be comparable to the catfish?
They're both 24 by 24 gallery wrapped canvas.
Excellent. Okay. And that one is still available?
Yes, sir.
Great. All right. Now we're getting back to human life. We've got, is that three or four adorable little children? Do you see that three? Do you see?
Okay, so
they're all in blue shirts.
yeah.
Okay, good.
This one is called "The End Is Where We Begin."
The end where we begin. Now that any idea? Any idea that be able to translate that or explain why we got that title, or is it too subjective?
Yeah. And this is another one of my sort of intuitive paintings, inspired by music, a song that I like with the same title, by a man called Foot Crutch, and it talks about how sometimes when something goes wrong, and you think it's a bad time in your life, there is a reason for everything. And so it could be when something ends, well, something even better is out there. And a new beginning can start.
Got it. Got it. Very nice. Well, I like this one a lot. Now, are these three young children based on reality or just children of the mind?
Well, it's reality because it's kind of a representation of me and my two boys.
Oh, cool.
There's my red hair, and there's my two sons, and the heart with the love, and there's just different messages throughout. And then sometimes through bad times, good things can happen, and that's where all the light that you see and the yellow coming out is new beginning.
Right. Very nice. Like this one a lot. Okay, let's move on. What we got coming up here? Oh, back to really the multi extracts, abstracts. Excuse me. Now these have a lot of squares in the center, and has like to the right of it, it has like brown molecules. They're not connected, but they're circles or globes that look like if you put a line between each one, it would be a molecular structure. And the other three things look like sushi. So go.
Right. Just to make sure we're on the same page. At the bottom, are some little white squares you're looking at?
No, there's an ampersand. Is that? Well, it looks like an ampersand, but it's not. I guess it's just a flourish on the bottom left, blue, red on blue. There's three white strikes or something on the left on a black background. I don't know. If you can't find it, then we're gonna have to move on because there's no need dibbling about it because we don't want to explain the wrong painting. If you don't see what I'm talking about, the five brown globes next to what we call square nigiri sushi, not nigiri, nigiri sushi, where they're wrapped up, sushi rolls. You don't see that? No?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well then let's move on because again, we don't want to confuse the public. All right, let's see what's next. Here's the one I tell you about this morning that originally, folks, the artist was actually holding this painting and a beautiful picture of her, but we usually like to have the close-up of the picture. So I cropped it and brought it a skull with a crown. So it almost looks like a Mardi Gras because it's got purple, gold, and green. Tell us about this, please.
Okay. So this was my very first attempt to add painting with a palette knife. And
Cool.
it is very highly textured. And it was inspired by two things. By the band Queen, thus the crown that it's wearing. And it was actually painted around Halloween time. So I thought I would do a skull.
Sure.
But then put a little feminine kind of twist on it with the flowers and things that you see in the background.
Well,
so yeah.
But remember now you got the original intention, but also what I suggest because of the colors of Mardi Gras skull, which is very popular in costuming and everything. Nowadays skulls are, a whole new niche of society. So, but I love the colors on it. The pastels are really, really cool. And of course the skull itself being very penetrating. So it's fun. And do you remember about which size that is?
That one was 16 by 20.
Okay.
And it was, a palette knife painting with acrylic. My first attempt at that.
Well, you did great.
I was kind of proud of it.
I'm saying you did great on that one. I like that very much. Very much. Okay. Now the next one, this looks definitely more like Western Louisiana, Southwest Cajun. It's a cute little cottage cabin in the woods by the lake. Tell us about that one.
Well, this is a little, I guess you would call it a dive bar here in Mandeville that's very popular called Ruby's Roadhouse.
Wow.
And it's a very, very old building here in Mandeville and where a lot of live music takes place. And so that's a very small one. That's a 6 by 6 inch gallery wrap.
But that's cute because the smaller size, even though I love the big monumentals, the smaller size can be used any place, even in an office or put on a little small easel on a desk or a tabletop or end table. And I think it's, even though it's a roadhouse, a bar, at the same time, it's very representative of our Cajun cottages or little homes out in the woods. So I think it represents both extremely well and so cool. And people are always interested in domiciles, whether it's their own or someone else. So I think it should be very impressive to most folks. Okay, well, let's go. I'm gonna move on.
It's a Mandeville kind of landmark building. So,
yeah. Okay. Well, of course, not everybody knows Mandeville. We don't want to give too many plugs for it. Anyway, let's go ahead now to really. This is a very colorful abstract, and hopefully you're looking at the same one with a lot of vertical movement here. Do you see that one? It's got so many colors. I see, of course, it's not I love flowers, and the right half looks like flowers, which they're not. It's just the color combinations look like petals. I know I'm giving you leading you the wrong way. Do you see what I'm talking?
Mom, is this the one that's got a ribbon hanging from it?
Yes, it says yeah. You won an award on it. That was going to be my last comment.
Yeah, I did. That was, I'm part of the newly formed North Shore Artist Guild. And this
Oh,
was
great.
their first exhibit that they had about a month ago. And I was one of the little winners. So this is let's see, I think 18 by 24 canvas.
Nice.
And this was influenced by a band that I like. Like I said, a lot of my things are paintings are influenced by music. So the good old rock and roll band Kiss. And so inside this painting is lots of hidden things about the band. You'll see there's flames and there's Jean's tongue. There's the makeup patterns of Paul and Jean and Peter Chris and Ace Frehley. And so if you're a Kiss fan, you would definitely appreciate this painting.
Okay, well, I like it strictly for the colors and the shapes. To me, it's so vibrant. It's so spring-like. That's why I said also the flowers. And again, having bad eyes, now I see maybe a resemblance of a person left with black hair. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So if you're a Kiss fan, this is a natural for your home if it's not already gone. But if you don't even know about Kiss, this would be a great representation in any room. It will spark up any room with the vibrant colors. And what size did you say? What size did you say this was about?
18 by 24.
Very nice size. So that can be beautiful on a living room, a dining room wall, or something like that. It would be really nice. Okay, let's move on.
A good conversation.
Oh, definitely. Now the next one is another pair. Back to the skulls. We got a pair of skulls here. Can you tell us about this one?
Yes, this one is currently displayed at a new gallery here in town called Local Lights Art Collective.
Mm-hmm.
And they recently had an exhibit called the, oh goodness, what was the name of it?
All right. No, don't find it too long.
I know, I kind of just drew a blank here. But what it represents is the, I got it. It's the pursuit to pleasure. That was the name of the exhibit.
Okay.
The pursuit to pleasure. And so these two skulls kind of represent, the two masks, the tragedy and comedy. And because sometimes in things that you think are pleasurable can actually cause you pain. So it's pain versus pleasure. And it kind of went with the theme of the exhibit. So that's what that represents. And that one's pretty big. I want to say that one's 36 by 48.
Excellent, excellent, very nice. Now, I meant to ask you on the previous one about the association. Was that accepting from anyone in the community, or was it only for members of that association?
If you were a member, then you could participate in that exhibit.
Good. Well, the reason I was hoping that's the way it usually works, but I was saying that because I would like you to pass on about your show to any of the other members who might be interested in showcasing their work. Tell them to contact me, and we'll see which ones I think is worthwhile to show to the audience. It has great appeal. So please don't hesitate to spread the word there, okay?
Okay, that's great.
All right. I think we have one more. We're still working within our time limits. Let's see. No, I thought we had one more, but it's disappeared. So that's going to be all for that. Now, what we need to do is, can you click on the link again? Let's see if we can bring you back so people can see you. People will watch. I'll bring you. All right. Let me bring me up. All right. That's the old man himself. And we're waiting to see if we can get Paula back up. So you can see her lovely face as we say goodbye and give her contact or detail. As we said, if you can read the ticker tape below, it's giving you her contact. Here she comes, both Instagram and Facebook. Let's see if we can get her on here now. Oh, that's it. Let's see. No. I'm like, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, but we're not seeing you. That's the problem.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, no, I'm too, because there was a delay, and I apologize. But hopefully, you caught the front of the series, and that's why we didn't flip back and forth because I was afraid we wouldn't be able to bring you on again. So rather than interrupt, we just went smooth flow. Usually, we bring each other back in between each painting, but we had a nice flow this way, doing it straight painting to painting. All right, let me just tell everyone again. This has been Artist Review, and we've been featuring a local artist living about 25 miles north of here, but still part of our, we consider part of our community, Paula Tregre, and she has given, I'm going to let her give you again her two ways of being contacted. If you like any of the paintings here, if they're still available, she certainly will be glad to offer them to you. But if not, if you like the style and want something commissioned separately, I know she'll do that as well. They're always one thing about artists are very flexible and can work around without making one piece a direct copy of another piece. So that's what's great about it. So Paula, why don't you slowly tell us? First of all, I know you're on both Instagram and Facebook. Let's say tell them right now how can they contact you on Instagram?
At Paula's Blue Love Art Gallery.
At sign Paula's Blue Love Art Gallery. No punctuation, no spaces, and very easy. It's just Paula's Love Art Gallery with the at sign. All right, now, how about for Facebook, for those followers?
Facebook, you can just simply type in Paula's with an apostrophe S,
Okay,
Paula's Blue Love Art Gallery.
okay. Paula's single possessive, so you got to put that apostrophe. Paula's Blue Love Art Gallery, and you'll find the connection there. That way you can communicate directly, maybe see some more of her stuff. She'll tell you where to see that if necessary. But anyway, you'll start the dialogue, and hopefully you will appreciate it, what we've done. I don't see where we had any comments today. I don't know if it's because the audience dropped off, or a lot did because of our technological problems. And I, once again, we apologize for such. But the important thing is getting to see a little bit about Paula, which we did, and hear from her the whole show, and certainly see how great work, because that's what you're looking for. Watching us two the whole hour would not be half as entertaining as seeing the work that she's been able to produce. So, Paula, anything else you want to say before we bid you adieu?
Well, I just wanted to thank you, Bob, for the opportunity to come on your show. This is a wonderful little platform that you have here to showcase local artists, and so I just wanted to say thank you.
Remember, it's not local artists. In fact, we do better sometimes far distant because, anyway, the deal here, though, the important thing is, right, we always honor our own first. I'm used to doing New Orleans first. So if we don't have anybody pegged in again, we always reach out to a New Orleans person first and show us their talent. Again, I apologize for the technological errors, but I think the show came off fairly well, even with those. And that's the important thing. All right. Well, thank you again, dear. And hopefully we'll be talking to you soon. Okay.
All right,
All
thanks,
righty.
Bob.
Bye bye. Okay, folks, back with me. So what we're going to do is, whoops, there we go. Get rid of this. We're running. Well, we're not really running late because we started after with all the problems. But the important thing here is, hopefully, some of y'all stuck with us. We'll check later. Once again, this was Artist Review, whereby we devote a chance, give you a chance to meet the artist and hear from him or her directly about approximately 20 pieces of art that they have offered to us to show on screen. Some of these you can buy. Some of the artists actually will give out prices on the air and allow you to buy them. Again, we have which weren't used today, but the public chat or comment section on the platform social on either YouTube, social media, or Facebook, whereby you can make a comment and ask a particular question should you want to know a price or a size, etc. Okay, well, enough about that. We've got more artists coming down the queue, not this week. Again, tonight, as I mentioned earlier, for those who really like the mysterious and are somewhat skeptical, I was skeptical at the beginning, tune us in at 8 o'clock Central Time, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, and then out of the country, depending on how many hours difference we are. We'll be doing Talk to the Tarot, our resident and popular Robin Denham coming all the way in from California, and we'll be taking. She's already got 2 reservations and a potential third, but we do 15-minute segments, and if there's 1 or 2 segments left, you can actually contact us, and we'll be able to bring you on for a reading or a chat with your loved one. And then Friday morning, 8 a.m., we're doing a rarity review, and we are following our friend Marsha Rogers as she selects items from this massive warehouse of 40-year-old stored antiques. Okay, until then, Bob Bockelman, appreciating you bearing with us and being patient through some of these technological problems. But the important thing is that you got the gist of the show. So until such time, we bid you adieu.